Yo guys, how's it going? We're here for another episode of our career mode on FIFA 18, which is One Club Hero. We're starting today's episode off with a league game against Exeter City. As you see here, in our previous match, scored a hat-trick. Brilliant play in the last game. We played probably the best performance we've had, not just goals wise, but for the fact that I think we got an assist in that game as well, and we played so well during it. Whether it was on the ball, off the ball runs, everything went really well for us in that last game. And hoping to carry that form on in this match, where we start off with us on the ball, trying to make a run forward. As you see, we break past the defence, but not the best of touches. We play it back inside, they lay it outside, it comes back to me somehow. We turn back, take a shot, and it flies into the bottom right corner with a calm and collected finish. Absolute brilliant finish there. Didn't even let me celebrate during that, but it does go in the back of the net to make it 1-0 just a few minutes into this game. It was an absolute brilliant finish. I like the finish for the fact that he stopped and it was just nicely placed into the bottom corner. I thought it was a brilliant finish and a nice 1-2 to lead up to that chance, and it was looking really well from the start of this game. But as you see, they do come forward here and start attacking a little bit, but Allsop is equal to that shot. It wasn't the best of shots anyway, to be honest, but Allsop is equal to it to tip it over the bar and send it out for a corner kick to them. As you see, Allsop is being a very, very good and big part of our season this season so far. And if it wasn't for us, we probably would have lost most of our matches. But happy to have him here, and there you see that we have another chance, but Holmes puts the ball wide of the post. Not exactly the best of shots there. But they come forward again on the ball, trying to make that attack work and try and get themselves back into this game after trailing from earlier. As you see, they take a shot, but it does go over the bar. It was a nice piece of work-up play there. He got a good shot off. I didn't think he should have even got a shot off there, but I think if that was on target, it was probably in the back of the net. But luckily for us, it didn't go in the back of the net and it didn't go on target either. So that's brilliant for us. And we stay in the lead. Coming into the second half here, they start attacking even more here, but they do put the ball wide of the post again. As you see, one shot gets deflected there, but it comes straight back into the path of him and goes wide. But that is all of the action pretty much in this game. No really happened other than that. When they took that last shot, they were really in control of the game, but we was able to narrow down like their shots and their chances. And we kept it at 1-0, and that is how the game finished. As you see, we only have one shot during that game, which shows that we wasn't very dominant during that game, but luckily we did get that chance right at the start, and that put us in contention for the rest of the game. As you see, we got 8.3 rating for that game. 1 goal, 1 shot, 1 on target. And passes were pretty good in that game as well, which is something I need to look at doing more, like I said, in this team, because we have to rely on the AI to do so much. I have to do as much as I possibly can. Going into some training sessions here to try and boost up our stats, try and get up some overalls and everything that we can possibly. As we get the attacks here, just taking some shots from outside the area, some one-touch finishes, as we get an A rating in that, which is pretty good because we haven't had too many of those so far. And then we go on to a dribbling training session, where we take some. We do really well in this one. It's not normally one that we don't do very well in, but this one I really did quite well. As you see from the first run, I'd say we went on a brilliant attacking piece of play, and it was literally like after the first run we'd got an A straight away. As you see, that's 2 A's from 2 here, which is brilliant for us because, like I said, we haven't been doing the best in training sessions recently, and it's something that we definitely need to improve on. As we go into some of the short passing ones here, which is this went absolutely perfectly, apart from that last pass which absolutely screwed me over, but we did still get an A, and it was 3 from 3. and I've learnt that is a tactic for that passing drill, that you go from one side to the other and then back the other way, and it works really well. But we go into a crossing one as well, because I think that's going to improve a lot in like the later stages, maybe, is when we play maybe bigger teams and I have to push out wide, maybe get some crosses into the taller players, and hopefully that'll work out. As you see, we do get a lot of crosses on target here in this one. We got very lucky with some of them, but there were very good crosses. None of them actually went in the back of the net pretty much, but it got me an A, and that's all I was happy about. As we try and now improve our penalties, as it's again something that we're going to have to concentrate on throughout the season, as we are the penalty kick takeoff for our squad, which is surprising being as it's our first season and it never normally worked that way before, but luckily for us it did this time, and we get to take the penalties, and I suppose it helped being in a lower league and stuff like that. But we do try and improve as much as possible. And like I said, it's not like I'm trying to improve that much so I can get a better club straight away. It's literally because I'm going to be with this club for as long as this series runs. And hopefully it'll run for as long as possible. And it'll probably stop when, if I can get that far at least, it'll stop when I get to winning the Champions League, if I can in fact get that far, like I said, in the amount of time we have on this series. If I do get that far, then brilliant, and I'll try and do that and get to as far as I can. Like I say, I'll play 2 matches now instead of letting the training run as much as I was before. Instead, I'm just going to shorten it down and make sure that I have at least 2 games in per episode, unless there's like a really boring game which nothing happens, then I might add an extra one in if possible, and that's depending on how the other game goes. As we go into our second game now of today's episode against Blackpool in the second round of the Carabao Cup, as we get straight on the attack here against Blackpool, take a shot, but unluckily it gets saved by Williams. It was very well played to start this game. Maybe Williams there should have played it across to me and I might have had a bit of a simpler finish. But he decided not to do that, and it does go wide, and unluckily for us, nothing comes from the corner. But we do come forward on the attack again, as we have an attack, but they do intercept that, but the keeper messes up absolutely terribly, and we're there to smash in the absolute horrid mistake there from Williams. It was absolutely dreadful. I don't know what he did there. He just absolutely sliced the kick. And we was there, and luckily for me, I did carry on making my run, because a lot of the time when it comes back to the keeper in these new FIFAs, I normally just stop making the run. But luckily for me, in this one, I decided to carry on. And luckily that chance pays off, and it goes in the back of the net to make it 1-0 in the first few minutes against Blackpool in the next round of the Carabao Cup, and hopefully they send us through to through to the next round, and that would be brilliant if we could have a bit of a cup run with this. But they do come straight on the attack here, straight from that, and take a shot, but it does get deflected over the bar there. It was a nice piece of play, but luckily our defender was in the way. I think I was going wide anyway, to be honest. But the defence gets in the way, and to be honest, it's better to be safe than sorry. And we come on the attack here, trying to find that space in the middle of the pitch, as it finds its way to me, as I find a through ball out wide, but it doesn't quite pay off. We keep the ball in the middle of the park. As we get the ball, we play a pass through into I can't remember what his name is, but we do find a way through, but somehow he misses that shot. Honestly, I don't know how he missed this, and like I was saying before in previous episodes, how we have to rely on the AI to do what they have to do. At this point, it looked like they weren't going to do what they had to do. And it gets blazed over the bar. As we send them through on another attack here. And again, it gets saved by the keeper. Honestly, the amount of passes and through balls and key passes that I was making in this match, it was unbelievable. And the players that was attacking with me just weren't converting the chances, even though I'm playing absolutely brilliant passes. But And luckily we do go into half time 1-0 up, and this is the start of the second half. As we come forward for this first attack pretty much of the second half, we get a header off, but unluckily for us, the keeper saves it. And as you see in the top right corner there, we're on a 9 rating at this point, which is absolutely brilliant. As we come forward on the attack again, as a clearance gets brought to us, as we try and pile the pressure on still, as we play the ball in, Reed puts the shot wide of the post, and honestly, the amount of times I played these kind of passes through to my team in this match, and they just didn't either find the target, or the shots they were having were just so poor, and it was so annoying. And then they get an attack here, come forward, whip the ball in from the right hand side, and get a you just couldn't have guessed it, could you? You knew it was going to happen, and it does find the way into the back of the net to make sure that Blackpool make it 1 apiece. And honestly, the way that this game was going, I thought, oh, it was just horrible, for the fact that I was playing so well in this match. It's easily my best performance so far this season, and the team just wasn't helping me out whatsoever. And you just knew, for the fact that how many chances were missed in this match, that it was just not going to work out for us. We just knew that at some point we was going to concede a goal. But that is how full time ends, and we do go in to extra time here. Honestly, like I was saying, just the way that this game was going was so aggravating. It was unreal. But we do start extra time, and the first attack of extra time, just a few minutes in, they come on the attack, whip the ball in again, and again the player is clear at the far post, and they turn it in to make it 2-1. And honestly, this game just couldn't have gone much worse for me, for the fact that this was the first attack of the of extra time. They could have at least let us carry on a little bit more before they did that, and it was, when that goal went in, it was horrible. I couldn't believe my eyes when it had gone in, and that does make it 2-1. And I don't know how he got so open at the back post, but that was the end of the game. It did finish 2-1, and after taking that 1-0 lead, it was so annoying. We could have easily went through if the players on my team were finishing the chances I was creating for them. It would have been over in the first half. But for some reason they just weren't on form in this game, even though I was playing so well. And we do in fact lose that game 2-1, like I said. As you see here with my rating, a 2.1 rating in a team that lost against Blackpool is unbelievable, for the fact that we lost that game and I got a 9.2 rating. And honestly, as you see the passes that I was making, there was so many passes, 28 passes I made in this game, and only missed 1. It was unbelievable. And like I was stood looking at these stats for so long after the end of the game, just starstruck about what happened. But that is the end of today's episode, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and peace.